What if I only showed you part of a logo, part of a golden arch, or just a swoosh and not the full logo? What could you tell me about that brand? And for instance, when I was ski bum in the Austrian Alps back in the 90s, I would only buy Oakley sunglasses. So the question is, what was it that they created that made me, a young skier at the time, want to have exactly their brand? Brand awareness is a word that many marketers use when they talk about the impact of advertising. But it's also somewhat intangible. It's a feeling in the mind of the consumer. And this feeling is something that's actually been engineered by really, really good marketers. And this is somehow the holy grail in creating this instant recognition, instant value that you communicate, and hopefully also a desire. And great marketing actually appeals to the ego of the consumer. And in the same way that Oakley sunglasses were able to attract me, a young ski bum that didn't have that much money to spend quite substantial amount of it on exactly their brand. Something they did was just appealing to me in that phase. And I would imagine that as a young person, you're looking for an identity and you're in a new setting. You left home in Sweden, went to Austria, and you saw what others were wearing and so on. So there's a lot of factors contributing here. But in order to drive brand awareness, you really need to be consistent. Consistent in what you say, how you say it, and instilling those elements that are highly recognizable. And I would say that in this time where we are bombarded with messages, impressions, and communication, it's more important than ever to be able to quickly establish who is the sender, what is it that I want to tell you. And with thousands and thousands of new messages every day, every minute almost, this is the key to, I think, driving a strong brand awareness. And then there's also the difference between brand awareness and brand recognition. Brand recognition means, I know what this logo stands for, what company this is. I know that this is from that sender. But brand awareness is about understanding the underlying values that those brands have. So you can drive brand recognition, but if you want to drive brand awareness, and this is how you actually build loyalty over time, where you start connecting your brand and the values that your brand has with the values of your customers. And here, it's really important to be consistent. To be consistent in what is it that we as a company stand for, and make this impactful as well, so that it actually resonates with the consumers. And the only way you can do this is actually by really understanding who your customers are. And this means that if you know who your customers are, what is it that you offer that resonates with them, then it's about finding the audience focus and making sure that you actually segment your marketing in a way to utilize your brand strength in that segment. And then it's also about building as many touch points as possible and say the same message again and again and again and again. Because in the end, it's all about results and outcome. I have a coach and a mentor that told me he used to work for IKEA. And to him, it's about 7 times 7. You say the same thing 7 times in 7 different ways to establish the message properly in the mind of your coworkers or your customers. So I'll share that tip with you, and thank you, Hans, for giving it to me. So good luck and all the best in building your brand awareness.